So I've been modifying the double dealer, trying to make it more reliable and more effective in combat. I did bring it to one of my Nerf wars back in October, and probably should check out the footage because I did find it to be very useful. But I wanted to just kind of take a test with my modified one and an unmodified one to see the difference. Did I really make the gun any better? Or was it that it had already been updated before I got my hands on it? So right now I have half dozen clips or so. Mags. A couple dozen mags to make this work. So I guess we're going to take the unmodified one, shoot a few, take the modified one, see the difference. Now right away, this has a really ratchety kind of pumping mechanism. So when you pump it back, you can hear the ratcheting. Kind of noisy, kind of annoying, not as quiet. And on top of that, any rapid succession usually has a jam door opening up, which can be really annoying, honestly. Now the modified one, it's got an extra spring, so yes, it will make more noise, but also, it's a smoother prime because I took out the ratcheting mechanism. So on top of that, the chamber is slightly modified. I rounded off the edges more on this one versus a sibling where you can see it's a much more square edge. Now I do believe this will affect how it fires, and I think it's going to chamber the darts more smoothly because this is more reminiscent of what you'll have in, say, the Sentinel. Alright, let's get this show on the road. Load up 212s on the loser. All I did see already is it looks like some of the darts were getting shredded as I fired. We'll load up the modified. Here we have our first jam. As you can see, there's more than one dart in the chamber at a time. Doesn't necessarily mean that it doesn't quite fire right. Now we'll load up the modified one. And we'll attempt again at try number 2 with the unmodified. Oh, there we go. Looks like it happened again. Despite jamming, it somehow managed to still fire. I find that kind of interesting. How does a jammed gun still manage to fire 2 darts? Alright, well, have one crushed dart here. Looks like we had 2 left in this one, 3 left in this. So let's go back to the modified. Let's get a dart in straight. Oh, we have a jam on you. And this already cleared out pretty good. Now, one of the other things I want to note with these is I do think the dart tooth on these, the spring might either be a little bit heavy, or it might be that it doesn't go back all the way. I'm not sure which one, but I noticed when the darts go forward, sometimes they tend to jam up in the barrel. So that might have to do with why this thing jams. But other than that, I did fix this dart tooth here. And what else did I do? I did something else. I can't remember what it was. I removed all the locks, and you can see already that one has so many more issues with locking up than this guy. And I'm already through 4 mags, and I'm still on the... I'm on the 4th run with that one, and I'm still... made it through session 2 with you. So now what do we have left? We have these. So I guess we'll do single fires. We'll have to do a few of this number. I don't believe it. I'm already jammed. Wow, this thing is bad unmodified. Another thing. Pulling this stupid thing off, because it doesn't open wide enough to justify it. It needs to go. This thing really needs to go. It's better just to have an open dart access, because this thing doesn't really give you enough access. Sure, you can fit your hand in there, but at the same time, you have to finagle that back while you're dealing with that. This one is just like you have all the space at all the angles you need to make it work. I don't know. I'm starting to realize all the modifications I did to that one. Or that one's a freak of nature. One of those two things. There we go, we got another jam there. This one's empty. Wow. I'm already starting to hate that one. That one needs to work. Alright. So we completely emptied those out without any issues at all. You can't really do the biplane very well with this dart door on it. Yeah. That's kind of disappointing. So note to self, if you want to do a biplane look like this thing, you definitely ain't going to have that jam door. If you're doing the Firefly mags, it's not a big enough gap. So I'm just going to... We already know this thing is a piece of garbage. We don't need to test it anymore. This thing, though, this thing is amazing. I really gotta say, I enjoy shooting this thing. It actually hits, it actually shoots. And the heavier spring, admittedly, is a little bit, tiring. But it's actually a lot more fun using with this, with a little more spring weight. Sure, I could probably go something heavier, but at the same time, this really annoys me. This is held in, there's 2 little plastic pins that holds in this foregrip. This foregrip, I like it, it's comfortable. Honestly, people complain about this thing. I just end up holding my arm on the back. Well, you know what, screw that part. I end up just putting my arm right against here instead of going from the side. Because if you go from the side, it sucks. This little edge right here. This little edge right here is it's a nuisance. The most comfortable way of holding it is by having your arm straight, flat on this. Because honestly, it's comfortable that way. It's kind of ergonomic. Problem is, you can't use that 2 extra mag setup. You can't have the 2 extra mags in the back while doing that. So, this is what people always complain about with these things, as being so ridiculous. I actually kind of find it comfortable in this setup. But, hey, that's just me, I guess. But in the end, I just end up using it, having nothing there, and just putting my arm against it. It's not 100% reliable. Don't get me wrong. It's still pretty bad. But hey, it freaking shoots. It does a good job of what it's supposed to do. And it shoots 2 at once. I mean, more than half those darts there are from this guy alone. And this is, as you can tell, there's nothing here. This is the modified. So, I guess we'll take it. We'll take this thing. Victory is mine! Gosh, I love that. Alright, crew. That was my comparison between the two. The modified one definitely works a lot better than this. That really was never worth its price point and didn't have a place in combat. So you saw I only got through three loads with this, whereas I got through about 6 with this. And I only had 1 jam, and it really wasn't that bad. I opened it up and it cleared out immediately. So you see the difference between the two. And sure, this is flawed in 100,000 ways. I could have had all the crappy darts in this one and all the better ones in this. And then I've done what I need to with this. I've pretty much shown you what the problems are. Maybe in the future I'll make sure I record doing the changes to this one to make this more effective in a Nerf war in a combat situation instead of being a complete dud. But I will try to fix this, and I'm trying to do some work with my Doominator as well. And when I finally get around to fixing this one up and making it better, I'll probably try to do a video on it. But now that I have this one, I can definitely say it's a lot better. And if you look at my Nerf war, you see that I really didn't have too much problems with it. The footage for that Nerf war will come out eventually, and you'll get to see firsthand that I only had 2 times where I had it jamming during a game, and they're both during zombies, which was not a fun situation. Oh, and the one time I sort of loaded a mag backwards, which was my own fault, not the gun itself. Alright, so that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you really like it and you want to see more of what I make, please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you have to do to help this channel out. And if you have to hit that stupid notification button, do it. It will help you find the videos, and that way you don't miss out next week's and the week after that. I hope to see you back at one of my videos. Comment, and I'll definitely try to reply if I can. I like to make a conversation with other people out there. And I'll try to be respectful and responsible about how I do these videos. And until then, I hope you enjoyed my match.